I'm Christina Shreve. I work in Partnership Management and Development here at theDove. I hope you and your family experience the joy and love of Jesus this holiday season. Merry Christmas from all of us at theDove.
And Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Hi, welcome to the Dove Christmas Special. Nice to see you, and best to you. We've got Paulina, myself, Steve, and Demi joining us this morning. And trust that your holiday is going well.
It is. Love Christmas. Do you guys have any family traditions that you stand by every year? I know, Steve, you do.
Well, we have Swedish food.
Yes.
Yes, it's kind of unusual. You only have it this time of year. But yeah, we're doing Christmas caroling kind of stuff, a little brass ensemble going to neighborhoods that people wonder who we are and why we are there.
I didn't
and I'm
know
sure
your mom and
they
dad
could even
played.
call the police. I don't know.
I didn't know your mom and dad played.
They don't. They sing along. They're the support of it all. Yeah.
Nice,
So
nice.
kind of a fun thing.
What about you, Demi?
Well, nothing says Christmas like monkey bread. And monkey bread in the morning, and then we go up to Mount Ashland to go snowboarding for the day. So it's
nice.
We've been doing that for years, and it's a great time. I'm glad to see so much snow at the mountain so early. So this Christmas, the tradition lives on.
Kids are visiting?
Yep.
Great, great.
Yeah.
What about you, Perry?
Well, a tradition is I sleep past 4.
Nice.
In the morning.
In the morning.
Yeah.
Well, it could be in the afternoon.
Too much
No,
turkey?
it's family. It's a great meal. One of the things we do is a special that we make at Christmas time, and that'll be coming up a little bit later. We'll show you that. But otherwise, it's just family and good things and relaxing.
Great, great. Well, we have a full show put together for you. We have, like Perry mentioned, a cooking segment. We have, what do we have? We have Steve Best coming up later on. We have Jerry Bilden. I mean, everything you wish for on Christmas is today.
And a cake.
And a cake, yes. The cake is interesting. It's a snowman. He looks like he fell.
Almost popped the
and
cake.
kind of
And he just about did.
he just about, yeah.
All right, I tell you what, one of the things that we do here at theDove is the word for you today, and our good friend Bob Gass has the word for you today.
Hi there. The word for today is on the Christmas spirit. In Colossians 3, verse 13, Paul writes, bearing with one another and forgiving one another. You know, for some people, Christmas is not a time of joy, but of sadness and depression. In some cases, it's because their families are fractured by divorce and their memories are painful. In their book, None of These Diseases, S.I. McMillan and David Stern described, listen, the damage we inflict on ourselves when we dislike someone or refuse to forgive them. Here's what they write. The moment I begin to hate a man, I become his slave. He controls my thoughts. He controls my feelings. He even controls my dreams. Stress hormones constantly surge through my bloodstream and wear down my body. Why? Because the one I hate hounds me wherever I go. So as your family gathers this Christmas, maybe there's a particular member you don't like and haven't forgiven. If so, remember that Jesus came into the world to love the unlovely and forgive the unworthy, of which you and I were part of it, right? The word grace means unearned, unmerited, undeserved favor. And Christ will flush the anger and resentment out of your heart if you let him. So if you're not looking forward to seeing somebody in your family this Christmas, why don't you pray this prayer? Lord, I confess that I don't like and put their name in, and I'm dreading being with them. Help me to forgive and show grace. Let your love flow through me this Christmas. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Now that's a prayer God will answer. You say, Bob, but what if they don't deserve to be forgiven? Yes, and neither did you deserve God's love and forgiveness that he not only gave when he saved you, but extends to you every day. Jesus said in Luke 6, verse 27, love your enemies. That's an act of your will, not an emotional impulse. Love your enemies. Decide to do good to those who hate you. Bless those who curse you. Pray for those who hate you. Do to others what you would like them to do to you. That is the Christmas spirit. And that's the word for you today.
And let me tell you, if you're not receiving the word for you today, it's one of the things we send out to anybody that asks. It's pretty simple. You can go to the Dove website at theDove.us and click on the icon for the devotional. You can come on by the studios, pick one up. I can't think of a better thing to start reading for the new year. It takes you about 2.5, 3 minutes to get a good thought of God's word into your heart. So if you'd like a copy of this, totally free, just give us a call or go online at theDove.us.
You know, you were talking about the traditions that we have within our own family.
Mm-hmm.
There are also a lot of traditions that we have here in Oregon as well that we kind of assume are always there, but not every community has some of the things that we have. And one of those, Providence Hospital, and they have a fundraiser, and more importantly for all of us who like to see what the new trends are in trees and decorations, they have their Festival of Trees, and we were able to find out a little bit more about this year's festival.
This is our 25th anniversary of Festival of Trees. Started in 1992 with a group of individuals that saw an opportunity to bring the Festival of Trees to our community and support Providence Hospital. This is a fundraising event for our foundation. All of the funds go to local community needs, certainly throughout the hospital. That's always been the original intent. And we are very creative in how we do that. I think a lot of people over the years have come to Festival of Trees and they kind of forgot that they're supporting Providence Hospital, but it's always about that. So we like to highlight different trees that then remind people what it's about. So specifically our cancer tree, we have a Mother Gamlin tree. That Mother Gamlin tree for the last 2 years now has been for our charity care fund. So those funds raised go right to our charity care programs. We also have a tree that was dedicated to Swindells. The last 2 years it's been Swindells Resource Center. Swindells is specifically a resource center for families who have kids with special needs. There's no charge for our services, so we're dependent on philanthropy to make that a success and still have that available. It's really the only kind of resource center in the Valley available for families like that. Folks who have autism, you know, kids with special needs of any kind, and then this fundraiser helps continue that service. So this is the 25th anniversary, so we've celebrated 25 years, so we went with the Silver Bells theme, kind of the 25th anniversary. We have professional designers, companies, we have lots of family members too who just love Christmas, and especially putting together a tree. One might think it's a labor of love. We had 35 trees, and then we've got smaller trees, tabletop trees, wreaths also, and even fireplace mantle displays. Providence Foundation has always benefited from Festival of Trees. So instead of just saying the money focuses on one project, it supports all causes. So our Swindells Center, the Cancer Center specifically this year, instead of last year it was our breast cancer, and then we added the Mother Gamlin Charity Care Fund. So it supports all of our funds that we provide through the Providence Foundation. Our goal is over $500,000, so tallying up the numbers will be really, really awesome if we can hit that goal this year.
It's always great to see the different kind of trees that they have and the different displays. It's always something a little bit different every year. It's not exactly the same thing all the time, so that's terrific.
No, Demi, you went there too, and you had
the Medford Chamber of
experience.
Commerce had greeters there, and they had 100 people, big, festival that everybody got to see, and they did some great fundraising work, and just a great thing for the community, been going on for years.
Yeah, well, great. Well, Christmas trees is one of the attributes of Christmas. Another one is Advent, and so many questions about that. And we had a great chance to talk to one of our local pastors, Pastor Pete Slusher, about Advent and why we're celebrating Christmas on December 25th.
Advent, on one level, can go back to Spain in the 4th, 5th century. It was actually a preparation for Epiphany, January 6th. And yet, by the 6th, 7th century, it had begun to become a preparation for the Christmas season. The idea behind Advent means coming. And so we began almost immediately to focus on the coming of Jesus Christ the second time.
All right.
And so the idea is yes, we recognize he came the first time, and the last 2 weeks focus on that first Advent. But the first two should focus on the second Advent. Jesus Christ isn't an historical situation, an historical piece of memorabilia that we look back to, but rather he is one who lives with us in the abiding presence of the Holy Spirit, right, and will come back for us on another day. And we should never, as believers, forget that incredible promise.
Right, right. Well, it's an incredible time to recognize that and to celebrate that. You know, there's also been somewhat of a controversy, Pete, through the years. December 25th. Is that really it? I mean, and there are other traditions. The Eastern Church will celebrate it on another calendar. It'll come later in January. But why December 25th?
You know, I'm going to give you the advice that the Gospel Coalition, the Wycliffe Bible Dictionary,
Okay.
and I, Howard Marshall, have told us.
Okay.
I don't know. You know, when you write that on a blue book in college,
right.
you don't get any credit for it. But at some point, you got to admit.
Right.
And so the reality is no one really knows.
Right.
Many will tell you that it was a effort on the part of the early church to cover over the pagan holiday and make it more appealing for others to worship.
Right.
The problem with that is there's no real evidence to that. There's no smoking gun.
Okay.
And so even though we find in the 12th century by a little preface on a document that says they did that, there's no real smoking gun evidence. And the real evidence is the early church did everything to move themselves away from every pagan holiday. And you know, the latest scholarly thoughts are the Jewish rabbis thought creation, the patriarchs, the Ten Commandments, and the return of the Lord would all happen around Passover. And as they built upon the idea, the early church said that the crucifixion of Christ and the conception of Christ occurred on the same day. And when you add 9 months to that, you get December 25th in the Western Church. And when you do the same concept to the Eastern Church, you get January 6th.
Wow, that's pretty interesting. It looks like the mystery still continues as to how we got some of these traditions, but I kind of like the math that he did at the end. That's pretty cool. Hey, coming up on the Dove Christmas special, we are going to be taking you to the top of Mount Ashland, give you a report there. We're also going to reintroduce you to a president. Maybe it's been a long time since you've seen a president actually talk about Christmas. This is going back a few presidencies. I think you're going to find it fascinating. It's all ahead here on the Dove Christmas special.
Hi, I'm Bill Witt, Chief Engineer here at the Dove. As busy as the holiday seasons can get, I hope you have a happy holiday season. Merry Christmas from us here at the Dove.
Okay, happy and Merry Christmas, Bill. You keep us on the air.
Yeah.
What would life be without engineers? Peaceful! No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, good morning and welcome to the Dove Christmas special. And I tell you what, whatever you're doing through the Christmas weekend, one of the things you may want to consider is skiing. And skiing all over the place has been great this year as we've had a lot of snow.
Yep.
And you mentioned, Demi, that you guys get up, you have your monkey bread,
Yes.
open up some presents, and go snowboarding.
Well, the kids go snowboarding. The wife and I go lounging. And we sit by the fireplace and have coffee while they go snowboard and we take pictures.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, let's find out what skiing is all about for this holiday season. Let's go to the top of the hill right now, and we have him right now dancing, not because there's music, because he's cold. Jerry Bilden.
It's actually kind of nice. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Well, for a lot of people, skiing and snowboarding over the holidays is a great tradition, and thankfully, we can continue that tradition this year with another banner year. And we have snow throughout the Cascades, and all of the Cascade ski resorts are open. Starting way up north on Mount Hood, we're at Mount Hood Meadows. They have over 10 feet of snow already on the mountain. Coming down to the Bend area and Mount Bachelor, over 6 feet of snow on that mountain, and they're open all over the mountain. Coming down to Willamette Pass, about 5 feet of snow, and they are open as well. A little bit south of us at Mount Shasta, they've just opened recently with just over 3 feet of snow. And of course, here at Mount Ashland, we have 57 inches of snow. It is covered from top to bottom. All of the chairlifts are running. And I just came up the access road, and the conditions are really good. Of course, I always carry chains and such. But again, a great tradition continues this year right here on Mount Ashland.
Well, let me ask you this. You got some fresh snow up there. Is it okay to eat?
Well, you know, that's a good point. I'm glad you brought that up, Perry, because that's the big question. Is it safe to eat snow?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
Well, here's the bottom line. Of course, there are situations where if you're in a life and death situation, they say, by all means, you can eat the snow. Try to get a nice clean spot, but you have to be careful. A couple things. You can actually dehydrate yourself because you won't intake enough. You can also create frostbite around your lips and on your mouth because of the temperatures involved. But the bottom line is, it's dirty.
Oh.
Even fresh snow is dirty. It has pollutants in it. So they say today, if you can avoid it, by all means, avoid it. And but if you really need it, obviously, it's something there that you can take. But you know, what's the most common method of eating snow?
You just pick it up and eat it.
There you go.
Oh.
There you go. Catch it coming down. Hey, listen.
Hey.
When are you going to, strip down to your skivvies and jump in the snow?
Well, I'll tell you what. Here, I got another thing for you. When you were growing up in the Sacramento area and it was cold, what did they do for recess? Did they let you guys go outside, or did they keep you inside sheltered up?
Oh, well, we were pampered.
You were pampered. Well, I grew up in my birth state is North Dakota, and we used to go outside in some pretty extreme weather, but nothing like this. Check out this YouTube video from Russia. Take a look. There's some captioning with it. This video was really interesting. They brought these school kids out in Russia, and they're all out in their little skivvies. They're all, bare-chested and bare-legged and barefoot, and they're all out rolling in the snow. And I thought, you know what? If you did something like that in this country, you couldn't teach it anywhere anymore. Maybe North Dakota.
All right. Well, the wind's interfering. Enjoy your ski down the hill, buddy. Stay warm.
All right. Merry Christmas.
Merry
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas. Jerry from the top of Mount Ashland there. Well, every year you'll note that there are some speeches that are given about Christmas. I think of the Brits, who the Queen always has some sort of a speech that she talks to the countrymen about. And I think they pick one up from 1957 that they always air, as well as the current one that she has, because she's been in the throne for so long. Well, we also have some that are memorable, probably more memorable than others. And so we're going to take you back to 1981. Now think of who the president was at that time. It was Ronald Reagan, and he gave this Christmas greeting.
Good evening. At Christmas time, every home takes on a special beauty, a special warmth. And that's certainly true of the White House, where so many famous Americans have spent their Christmases over the years. This fine old home, the People's House, has seen so much, been so much a part of all our lives and history. G.K. Chesterton once said that the world would never starve for wonders, but only for the want of wonder. At this special time of year, we all renew our sense of wonder in recalling the story of the first Christmas in Bethlehem nearly 2,000 years ago. Some celebrate Christmas as the birthday of a great and good philosopher and teacher. Others of us believe in the divinity of the child born in Bethlehem, that he was and is the promised Prince of Peace. Yes, we've questioned why he who could perform miracles chose to come among us as a helpless babe. But maybe that was his first miracle, his first great lesson, that we should learn to care for one another. Tonight, in millions of American homes, the glow of the Christmas tree is a reflection of the love Jesus taught us. Like the shepherds and wise men of that first Christmas, we Americans have always tried to follow a higher light, a star, if you will. At lonely campfire vigils along the frontier, in the darkest days of the Great Depression, through war and peace, the twin beacons of faith and freedom have brightened the American sky. At times, our footsteps may have faltered, but trusting in God's help, we've never lost our way. Just across the way from the White House stand the two great emblems of the holiday season: a menorah symbolizing the Jewish festival of Hanukkah, and the national Christmas tree, a beautiful towering blue spruce from Pennsylvania. Like the national Christmas tree, our country is a living, growing thing planted in rich American soil. Only our devoted care can bring it to full flower. So let this holiday season be for us a time of rededication. Christmas means so much because of one special child. But Christmas also reminds us that all children are special, that they are gifts from God, gifts beyond price that mean more than any presents money can buy. In their love and laughter, in our hopes for their future, lies the true meaning of Christmas. So, in a spirit of gratitude for what we've been able to achieve together over the past year, and looking forward to all that we hope to achieve together in the years ahead, Nancy and I want to wish you all the best of holiday seasons. As Charles Dickens, who said so well in A Christmas Carol, God bless us, everyone. Good night.
Wow. That is pretty special. Wouldn't it be nice to hear that again?
I think we might.
With the president wishing America and telling the Christmas story like that. Ronald Reagan, one of a kind, for
1981.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, this is a time of family celebrations and a lot of games. And we want to give you advice on how to win board games. And if you're a woman, you have advantage here. Ladies,
Really?
listen up. If you want to win in board games, make sure you play rock music in the background, because apparently guys get distracted, and the study shows that men became more distracted and made far more errors if they were forced to listen to AC/DC compared with classical music. So make sure this holiday season, when you play board games, play one of those rock bands and forget about classical music, and that will assure that you win. And speaking of games, just a few days ago, we had our Christmas party here at the Dove. Lots of games, lots of fun. Not Perry, you did a good job too. But Peggy and Sue did a wonderful job putting that together. And I did a great job playing one game, I must say, candy cane game. So I'm already a winner, so I'm not gonna be part of this, but I want you guys to play. I am gonna make you play. So here's the game.
Are you playing rock music in the back?
No, I'll be timing you. So you get a minute. I don't know who's gonna play. We haven't decided that yet. But you have a pile of candy canes. You put one in your mouth, and then you have to fish for them and put them in your plate, and we'll see who gets.
I think that would be great for Steve and Demi.
I think Perry would be
No, I think
wonderful. I
Steve-
mean, you know,
all in
it's
favor of Steve,
unsung
say
abilities
aye.
that you don't know about. All in favor of Perry doing it? Aye.
Well, the eyes have
That's
it,
how
Steve.
push poll happens. Okay, so, all right. I guess it's.
I'll move around. Steve, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll move off to the side so Perry has plenty
All
of
right.
room to do
No, there you
this.
guys go. No.
Here we go.
Steve,
We're moving
please.
off to the side here.
Okay, Perry.
No,
Steve
Steve
left
and him,
the
he's
game.
good.
There you go. You
Okay,
got
well, I guess I'll have to do it.
Yes, yay!
All right, come on, Pauline, I'll go
This
with
is
you.
what happens when guys lose their men card. I'm gonna do it.
Well,
I'm going to do it.
Okay.
Okay, who's gonna time us? I'm gonna time myself.
Okay.
Okay, there we go, Demi.
All right.
Ready, set, go. Oh no.
How much time are we doing
1
this?
minute.
1 minute.
You have 44 seconds, and you're losing, Demi. No, now you're winning. Nope. 3. Oh, you're doing good, Demi. Go for it, man. Go for it.
Oh, I have a broken one.
You need a spare.
Oh.
4.
No, you didn't get it. Come on, Debbie. Come on, get it. Come on, go. Good. You're good, Ed.
She's cheating, Mom.
5.
Using the drag method across the table. It works.
Oh, look at that. Good boy. Scoop it back out on your
I
side.
think we're done.
Okay. there
Time
you
is
go.
up. So, Demi, good job.
Hey, congratulations.
So there you go, one of the games we played at the Christmas party, and I don't know if you guys got to see the pictures, but we will be showing them. And by the way, if you see snowballs flying around here, we gave the guys snowballs, and now they're going to be playing with them while we're doing the
They
show.
wanted to pelt us. Well, there, take that.
All right, well, coming up on our special, on our Christmas special, Please stay tuned. We're going to show you some of the local shows that you can witness here in Southern Oregon, plus a special performance by the Rogue Valley Chorale. Don't miss all of that coming up on our Dove Christmas special.
Hi, I'm David Neese, IT engineer here at the Dove. From our happy little family, we want to wish you a Merry Christmas from the Dove.
And Merry Christmas. Welcome back to the Dove Christmas Special. I'm Demi DeSoto. We're out here by our Christmas tree that we've been giving away for the holidays. Joining us is Pam Ward from the Collaborative Theater Project. Pam, thanks for being with us.
Thank you for inviting me.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you haven't had the chance yet, you have got to go see The Snow Queen. It is a fantastic production. It's a local theater company that has started a new creative space, and it's a fantastic production that you've got to check out. We're going to give you a preview, and we're going to come back and talk about what they've got coming up in 2017. But take a look at today's production.
Cultural arts continues to grow and prosper in Southern Oregon. A new Medford-based theater company is bringing the big stage to a small space as part of the $10 million renovation of the Medford Center. The Collaborative Theater Project is taking a new community approach with a mission of offering high-quality theatrical productions, community outreach mentoring, and youth educational programs. Pam Ward is a cast member of the company's current production of The Snow Queen and relates the community educational concept and purpose of the group that she is a co-founder of.
So people can learn the things they need to know if they want to go into professional theater. And not just acting. We're going to have backstage training, makeup, stage hands, set building, lighting, sound, all of the different facets that are required to make a theater come to life.
The Collaborative Theater Project's current production of The Snow Queen, a pop rock musical based on Hans Christian Andersen's fairy tale, runs through December 31st. For more information on auditioning, employment, tickets, and training programs from the Collaborative Theater Project, give them a call at 541-246-3699. Reporting for the Dove Christmas Special, I'm Demi DeSoto.
So as you can see, it's a fantastic production, just a great show. I mean, I had the opportunity to be there for a dress rehearsal, and how spoiled am I, Pam? I was the only person in the audience. Wasn't that, for you, I mean, you guys were doing your thing, but it was so cool. I'm like the only person in the audience, and the professionalism of this troupe was like it was opening night. I mean, tell me about this cast and crew.
Oh, it is amazing. It really is. Susan Averso-Rego is our director. She's also one of our founding board members. Rebecca Campbell is the Snow Queen. She's one of the finest musical theater talents in the Valley. Grace Peets, Reese Rush. They are Kai and Gerta. Kai is kidnapped by the Snow Queen, and Gerta, his friend, goes after him. And Alex Boyles, who is just amazing. Let's see, Alex plays a troll and a crow and a reindeer.
Yeah.
And he is marvelous. And the music in this show is amazing.
It's a great orchestration, so make sure you get out there. It's running through the end of the year on December 31st. Now, 2017, you guys, you're in that space there across from Tinseltown, and you've got this new theater, and you're also doing things in the park. Tell us what's coming in 2017.
Okay, so Theater in the Park with Parks and Rec. We're doing Schoolhouse Rock.
Oh, nice.
We did 3 shows of Charlie Brown last summer, and we're doing 6 shows this year of Schoolhouse Rock, so that's going to be exciting. Now, you want to know what we're doing in the new theater?
Yes.
Okay, I brought a cheat sheet.
A list.
Okay, so we're starting in January with Dog Sees God, which is the Charlie Brown kids grown up to high school age.
Okay.
With
That's
all of the
January
challenges.
through February 5th.
Through February 5th.
Yep.
Then the end of February through the middle of March is How the Other Half Loves.
Okay.
Which is 3 couples and their intermixing
Bob and Carol,
challenges.
Ted and Alice, plus another
Yeah,
2.
that one. And then April, we have Leading Ladies. Basic story is older woman with a lot of money who's going to leave it to some shirt-tail relation she's never met. A couple of con men decide to pretend they're her nephews.
Sure.
So they come to town, and then they learn that they need to be nieces.
Okay.
Hilarity ensues. In May, we have Jacques Brel is alive and well and living in Paris.
Oh, okay.
This show played at the Village Gate in New York City and Greenwich Village for years in the 70s.
In May.
That one's in May. We have a Tennessee Williams in June. It is Eccentricities of a Nightingale. He wasn't happy with Summer and Smoke, so he rewrote it. That'll be a drama. Then we have another new musical in July through August, Bonnie and Clyde
The musical. Okay.
I know.
That's
It's
like an off-Broadway thing.
Broadway, actually, yeah. It's a lot of fun. We have a brand new play in September, 7 Dreams of Falling.
Wow.
And then, remember the movie that was just out like last year with Radcliffe?
Uh-huh.
The Woman in Black?
Yeah.
So that's in October when things are spooky. And then we have the Snow Queen back.
Which, if you don't, you have to go out and see it. It's only there for a few more days, but it's a fabulous, fabulous thing. The Collaborative Theater Project, Pam, one of the founding members here, one of the stars of the show as well. We really want to thank you for being on our special.
Thank you so much. You have a wonderful holiday.
Go out and support it, because this is what makes our community a great place to live. The Collaborative Theater Project, they're right across from Tinseltown in a brand new theater. It's all a great place to learn. They have classes. They're going out into schools, teaching kids. It's a great thing in our community. All right, well, now we're going to go back on with our show. Let's go back to Perry for more of the Christmas special.
All right, thank you, Demi. Nothing says Christmas like having to start a diet January 1st.
Yeah.
But you could start a little early, because we'll talk about healthy eating during Christmas. Paulina tells us about that.
If you want a healthy Christmas dinner, you'll have to head to Poland, the country that serves the healthiest Christmas meal. That's according to a new London-based study that looked at traditional meals around the world. But before we talk about Poland, let's look at the countries that didn't rank so high, and unfortunately, that's us. With its traditional and very fatty turkey dinners, both the United States and the UK ranked at the bottom of the global leaderboard of the world's healthiest Christmas meals. The American Christmas dinner comes below the UK for featuring fewer vegetables and for its desserts that are often much higher in sugar, such as pumpkin pie. Christmas dinners in the UK feature steamed vegetables, but this is often the only part of the meal from the fruit and vegetable group. Tied near the bottom of the board are Spain and Germany. It's not surprising that the German tradition of eating roast goose, sausages, and potato salad resulted in such low ratings. But Spain? I was kind of surprised to see it rank so poorly. Apparently, that's due to Spain's love of sugar-laden desserts. Moving up, France got a rating of 5 out of 10 for its typical fare of foie gras, roast capon, cheese, salad, and a bûche de Noël, a French version of the classic Yule log. Australia and New Zealand are the next healthiest countries on our list, featuring a Christmas meal of cold meats with cranberry sauce and lots of seafood, which reflects, of course, the warm and sunny weather in the southern hemisphere at Christmas. And now to our winner, Poland. This country has the world's healthiest Christmas meal, featuring a very yummy beet soup called borscht and another traditional dish, Christmas Eve carp. So there you go, some of the world's most and least healthiest Christmas dinners. Even though the United States ranked at the bottom, I hope you really enjoy all your meals this Christmas weekend and have a very blessed holiday season with your friends and family.
Well, healthy or not, it looks very tasty, that's for sure. So whatever your Christmas food is that you have, I'm sure you'll be enjoying that just like all of us are doing that as well. You know, we were talking about all the things that happen in our area that we probably just assume are always going to be there, whether it's a play, a musical or something. Maybe you're going to go see one of your kids or grandkids' performances. Those are always wonderful. Well, the Rogue Valley Chorale is also kind of in that Christmas mode, and we were able to kind of sneak in and see some of their performances this year. Here's one of them that they performed in downtown Medford.
Hi, Merry Christmas. I'm Deputy Soto from the Dove Newsroom. You know, one of my favorite memories over the holidays, my grandfather visited me when I was 10 years old, and he sat down and he told me about the birth of Jesus Christ. And he said at the end, don't ever abbreviate Christmas with an X, because he is the reason for the season and why we are saved. So to your family, from my family and our Dove family, Merry Christmas.
Welcome back to the Dove Christmas Special. Hope you're having a great Christmas, however it's being performed at your house or wherever you might be. We're having a great one here. You know, what's kind of interesting, again, one of the things that we missed out on last year, I think it was just last year, remember where we'd have the live nativity? Yeah. You'd go down to, I know that it had its originations a long time ago in a different place, but Bigham Knoll was always the location in Jacksonville, and you'd go up there and you'd freeze your feet off. Sometimes there'd be snow and all of that, and then you'd kind of go through the different stations, I guess you'd say, of what the nativity was. And that was terrific, and then all of a sudden they weren't doing that anymore. And last year we didn't have it at all, and I think a lot of people felt like we have missed out on this Christmas tradition. Well, it came back this year, really and I was amazed at it. It was at the expo area, and it was a kind of a combination, and this is something I think to learn about. For other people who might be doing this, a little bit outside, a little bit inside. So if we did get snow one of these years, you could be inside and not have a problem with it. So
did they ever get the donkeys?
They did get the donkey. They were like miniature donkeys. They were like little. They still had the same big head, though. I never understood that. I didn't know the donkeys. The heads are the same, but the body's little. You know, I mean,
kind of like a person. You know, you stop growing, but your ears grow. Maybe same with the donkeys.
Maybe so. It'd be like a miniature Saint Bernard, where the head is still huge, but the body's like a Chihuahua. That would just be odd. This wasn't quite like that. But we also have some video of that you'll be seeing here. Okay. But you know, Renee Hewitt put it all together, and she, several weeks before the event, she came in with some of the people who had some of the costumes on and all.
Absolutely wonderful.
It was, and they had to build all the sets from scratch. Now they've got them for the next year's, but it was really, talk about a big effort. I mean, I thought this is over 100 people involved, and they have to build everything because they had nothing to build it on. So we were able to actually stop and talk to her a little bit about it just before they put on that performance, and I think they had, how many people? They had like,
I think close to 5,000.
5,000 in just like 3 days worth.
Yeah.
So it was amazing. So here, if you missed out on it or you want to relive it again, here's a little bit of the live nativity that took place in Southern Oregon.
My name is Renee Hewitt, and I am the Director Coordinator of the Rogue Valley Live Nativity. It was originally spearheaded by Jacksonville Presbyterian back in 2011, and we had done this at Bigham Knoll for 2 years. Third year we got snowed out in Jacksonville. That kind of went by the wayside, and the Lord saw fit to not let it go, and he really wanted it to continue. So my friend Clarinda and I got together in January of 2015, and we began planning everything that you see here. This is a retelling of the Nativity of when Christ was born. And we're doing the best we can to be immersive, to immerse the guests in the experience of what happened with the Nativity. So some of it is pre-recorded out front. We're in the Krause Barn, and in front of the Krause Barn we have some scenes, and those are dramatized recorded scenes where actors mime the action. But once they come into Bethlehem, which is in the Krause Barn, those actors are actually speaking lines. And so the guests will be able to come in, observe Bethlehem and just kind of see what's going on, and then Mary and Joseph will enter, and the guests will be able to follow their journey as she gives birth to Christ. So it's a different way of doing it. Like I said, I'm trying to be as immersive as possible. Bethlehem doesn't look all slick and pretty. It's an old city, so we went with that very old, broken down kind of look. Yeah, I mean, it's a different telling. It's upwards of 100 people, so we have quite a few actors. We have, I think, about 60 actors, and there's a lot of construction. The sewing teams have been incredible because we've made almost 100 costumes. So it has an entire theme. We're enveloping everything. So there's a color theme, and everything is included. So yeah, seamstresses, carpenters, Claudio Alvarez Construction has been incredible with last-minute needs and things that we need. So there's been a lot. There's been a lot. We're here because we want to be able to do, we're planning to do this every year. This will be a yearly adventure. So yeah, we're going to do it every year. And we want it to become a tradition for people to enjoy, to see the story, to expose non-Christians or people that just may not be familiar with the story, but also to bring hope and life and reinvigorate Christians that have forgotten maybe what really started our salvation story.
It was a great event, you know, and I'm thinking that with all the staff that they need, they're going to probably need more actors and actresses in the future because they rotate people through so quickly that they need to have multiple crews there working. So I imagine Renee could probably use your help in the future.
It's only going to get bigger.
I think so, yeah.
Now, Steve, I do want to ask you a question about you being an angel a couple of years ago.
I was an angel. I think I was the Archangel Michael.
Yeah. What is it like? You're there doing your thing.
You're freezing your feet off.
Yeah, and then people walking by staring at you while you're trying to be an angel.
Well, and that was in the old way that we did it at Bigham Knoll, because you're in your set area and you're doing that. In this case, they actually had the actors kind of taking the action to a different part inside, and then you would follow them where they were going. And I thought it worked out really well. I thought that was pretty cool. Plus, it gave you time to kind of walk around and see what life might have been like back then.
Well, it's terrific, and I think in the years to come, this is just going to build. About 5,000 people went through it this year, and I think next year it'll just get bigger and bigger and bigger.
I think so. Yeah.
You know, here at the Dove, we just simply wouldn't be on the air if it wasn't for a very special people who come in and volunteer their time, and it happens at different times throughout the year. When we're doing mailings, when we do share-a-thons, when we're doing special projects, we have so many people that say, I want to help, be a part of it. And I got to tell you, it's pretty special. And I don't know what Sue would do without volunteers. I don't know what we would do here at the Dove if we didn't have volunteers that come in once in a while and help us out with some project. And Sue has a special message for them.
Hi, I'm Sue Schneider, and I'm the office manager here at the Dove. And we want to express our heartfelt thanks to all of our volunteers. The Dove has a very small staff, and so throughout the year we have to seek outside help when it comes to share-a-thons and other events. It humbles me to know that I can just ask our volunteers for help and they'll be here in a heartbeat. Take, for example, the Word for You Today devotional. Every quarter we have to take a couple of days to sort, package, and mail these devotionals. Without our volunteers, we'd have to spend several nights at the Dove in order to mail everything on time. Another example is our share-a-thons. As a nonprofit, we have to hold occasional fundraisers, which requires additional help answering phones, taking donations, and doing many other things. And it's our volunteers who make those long days so much easier. And the most important help of all is our prayer support. We know we have many faithful prayer warriors who remember the Dove daily and keep this ministry before the Lord through their prayers. So from me personally and from all of us here at the Dove, we want to say thank you to our volunteers.
Well, I gotta say, it's really an incredible thing to see so many people who just come, and some people who've been coming for years to volunteer. And Sue mentions getting the devotionals out every 3 months. We have to get them in the mail by a certain time, and there's several aspects to that. Some go out of town, some are local, and all of that. And that's a tedious job, making sure that they're labeled correctly and they're put in the right envelope and all those things. But I just want to say to all the folks who come in throughout the year to volunteer, thank you so very much. And I also want to say thank you to those of you who pray for the Dove. We get letters all the time and emails from people saying, praying for you, praying for this, praying for that. Sometimes we put out our own prayer requests. People respond. We take your requests and we pray for them. But I don't know what we would do if it wasn't for the man hours that are volunteered and the prayers that go up in behalf of the Dove. Thank you. Thank you, thank you from all of us here at the Dove.
And the whole Dove Foundation and the start of the Dove has to do a lot with volunteers, and just the way the TV started here, of people just believing and praying for the Dove and making it happen, and we really wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you out there, so thank you so much.
They're like our Christmas elves.
They are, and we want to thank them. Well, I want to tell you guys about one sweater that you probably would like to have, but probably cannot afford to have. It's a $30,000 ugly sweater. It's that much,
Wow.
yes. You probably have never seen it before. It's an ugly sweater that is made out of 24,000 Swarovski crystals and is the world's most expensive ugly sweater, ugly Christmas sweater. The price tag is $30,000, and according to the product description, the once-in-a-lifetime collector item took 52 hours to make. So whoever ends up buying that ugly sweater will be an owner of something very tedious work went into that.
Now let me get this straight. Can you call $30,000 ugly?
How much is a pretty one?
Yeah. Maybe pay for that ugly.
It's an ugly sweater, but it has diamonds, not diamonds, the crystals on it. So it really is an ugly, shiny sweater.
This may be the ultimate gift for the person who has everything. Now they have a Swarovski ugly sweater. How many people can say that? Not many.
I'm sure Melania was,
you
there would
think she
be
was looking at
something she
that?
can get for Donald Trump. I mean, what do you get Donald Trump for Christmas?
Yeah.
Seriously.
Well, an ugly sweater might.
An ugly sweater
You
made
get him
out
a
of
new
diamonds.
office.
Yeah, in Washington, D.C.
Furniture.
Furniture, yeah. So, but coming up, that's interesting that I'm talking about ugly sweaters. Coming up, we're going to have a very special guest in the studio, someone that was so offended by Perry with his ugly sweater that we'll tell you the story. But Doug Mills here that we've talked about here on the Dove Morning Show a few days ago will be joining us on our Christmas special to talk about his ugly sweater and the work he does in the community.
It's the prettiest Christmas sweater I've ever seen.
Is it $30,000?
No.
You'll have time to redeem yourself.
It was
Coming
ugly,
up.
but it's nice.
All right. Well, coming up, like I said, we'll have this ugly sweater story. Also, we'll be joined by our British guy, Steve Best. And how can we use the story of Santa Claus this Christmas season to minister to others? These and other stories coming up on our Christmas special.